From Lollipop Woods to Gumdrop Mountains, Candyland has been a childhood favorite for decades, but what many don't know, it all traces back to a quiet neighborhood right here in San Diego. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The iconic board game was created more than 7 decades ago by a woman who lived in Talmadge. News 8's Alex Lai is live outside her house with a new push to tell the creator's story and how the neighborhood plans to honor her legacy. Alex?
Well, Carlo, this game was a favorite for so many of us growing up, and it's still a staple in many households today. But a little known fact is that the inventor lived in this house behind me, and that's where it all began. So tonight we're taking a closer look at her story. Whether you're 7 or 70, you've likely made your way through the Lollipop Woods. But what you may not know is a home sweet home on the board is a real place. This small house in Talmadge. It's where Eleanor Abbott created Candyland, a story uncovered by authors Sandra A. Miller and Margaret Muirhead while researching a children's book about her life.
More than 100 years after she was born, and she made this thing that we still play. I mean, how many of us get to do that?
Eleanor's story began in 1948 when she was hospitalized with polio. She created the game to help children in the polio ward pass time.
And when you consider the game in the context of the polio epidemic, the purpose of the game is to reach home. And these children wanted nothing more than to go home.
When recovering at her Talmadge home she shared with her sister Betty, Eleanor drew out Candyland on a piece of butcher paper. It was a hit at the polio ward and eventually published by Milton Bradley. Despite earning about $1.8 million in royalties, Miller and Muirhead said Eleanor lived modestly, taking on odd jobs like babysitting and repairing watches.
She described herself as a woman do-it-yourselfer, so she was outside fixing things and painting things.
They say Eleanor kept a close circle and didn't talk much about her creation.
She was really, I think, a very unique person in those times. It's kind of unusual to die as a single woman, to die with $1.8 million in the bank.
Eleanor's death certificate shows she died by suicide shortly after her sister passed away.
She had been very sad since her sister's death. She was 78 at the time, had hearing loss, probably a very small circle, and for whatever reason, she chose to end her life.
In her will, she left her money to polio victims, schools, and religious groups, but her legacy lives on in so many of our homes. Now her neighborhood is celebrating that legacy. Talmadge's centennial this October will include a tribute and even a life-size version of the game.
But we'll have the actual colored squares, we'll have the different characters that were part of the board, and then, you know, candy at the end or what have you.
This same game that was dreamt up in this home 78 years ago. And if you want to know more about how the authors uncovered this story and how there's a connection to a News 8 employee, head to our streaming channel. Now you can watch the backstory, San Diego's Forgotten Inventor, on the CBS 8 app. Download on your TV and watch for free. In Talmadge, Alex Lai, News 8.